Today's video is about active transport. It is a passage of a substance, it may be salt or ion, from its lower to higher concentration through a living cell membrane using energy from the cells. So during active transport, extra energy is spent here. Certain nutrients such as ions, nitrates, sulfates, potassium, zinc and manganese etc. cannot pass through cell membrane of the root cells easily. This is because of the concentration is higher inside the root cells. These ions have to be forcibly carried inward from the region of their lower concentration outside to the region of their higher concentration inside, and this needs energy which is supplied by the cell in the form of ATP. The next one is turgidity and flaccidity. When a cell reaches a state where it cannot accommodate any more water, that is, it is fully distended, it is called turgid. And the condition is called when a cell is turgid, its walls is stretched under pressure from the inside and in turn it presses the cell contents towards the center of the cell and the pressure of the cell content on the cell wall, and this is called turgor pressure, and the pressure extended by the cell wall on the cell content is called as wall pressure. So two types of pressure is there. The cell content inside pushes the pressure, applies the pressure on the cell wall, and the cell wall in turn applies the pressure on the content. So two types are there here. That is the wall pressure and the turgor pressure. Next one is flaccidity. It is a reverse of turgidity. Flaccidity is a condition in which the cell content is shrunken and the cell is no more tight. That is, you don't find the rigid condition there. So uses of turgidity to plants. Turgidity provides rigidity to softer tissues such as leaves. The firmness. Turgid pressure helps to push through the hard ground, like when the plants are growing in between buildings. So when the roots are being growing deep inside, it creates a crack in the wall. So such a lot of pressure is applied that's why even in the concrete buildings, cracks are being seen because of this turgor pressure. Turgor in root cells build up root pressure. That is, what does root pressure means? Root pressure is the pressure developed in the roots due to the continued inward movement of water through cell to cell osmosis, which helps in the ascent of sap upward through the stem. That is, the ascent of sap, the sap moves upward. That is because of the root pressure. Turgor is the opening. That is, because of the turgor pressure only there is opening and closing of the stomata. So here this diagram shows a cross section of the root. So this is a pith, and this here you find this. So root is there. This is a root hair. Through this the water enters. Finally it moves. Here you find the xylem tissues. It moves. Here you find the phloem, xylem, phloem. So it goes on alternately. So water enters through the xylem tissue. So the movement is here. So here this is the endodermis, and here water entering the root hair. So it goes inside. The path is created and goes, and it here animal cell is there. It is kept under a isotonic solution. So one animal cell is there. It is also kept in an isotonic solution. Similarly, a plant cell is taken. It is also kept in an isotonic solution. There is no loss or gain of, nothing is there, because both the outside the concentration and internally everything is similar. So that is isotonic solution. Water entering the cell and the exit is equal. So there is no difference here. And the next one is they are kept in a hypertonic solution. Here what happens? It's a animal cell here, and here it's a plant cell. So what happens is water entering the is less than leaving the cell. So what happens? It shrinks. So here also you can find the shrinkage of the cytoplasm. So here the difference is there. Now here water, here next one is kept in a hypertonic solution. So here it bulges more, means the intake of water is more, so that it couldn't bear it, like water entering the, so total osmosis. So this is in a hypertonic solution. You find this one. Next is multiple choice question. Which of the following is a living semi-permeable membrane? Cell wall, the cellulose, or the cell membrane? So cell membrane is answer. Root pressure can be measured by using dash, barometer, manometer, or sphygmomanometer. It is manometer. The process for which energy is required. For which of the process energy is required? Osmosis, nothing. Passive transport, nothing. Active transportation only, energy is needed. Then when a cell in solution shrink and it loses its shape, then the solution is what type of solution it is? Isotonic, hypotonic, hypertonic. The hydrostatic pressure of the cell sap on the cell wall is called as Turgor pressure. So they are given the option. If you find this video informative and useful, kindly like and subscribe my channel.